There's my patch. What I should have done, I didn't think I could push the pipe all the way up. And yes, I waggled it back and forth, and then I started screwing it, and it went up tighter. But then I didn't have enough length, because I should have cut it a little bit less. But it's holding, and I'll probably take some baling wire before I cover this up. I'll take some baling wire, wrap it around there a couple different times, because there's ribs on that thing, as you saw, and I'll tighten that up, make sure it never comes off. But I got the water on now. Look at this. Look at that. This water hasn't been on for years, and that's over here from there. And I even went down this way, and mind you, I'm still gonna have to, when I put everything back together, I'm gonna make sure that each one of these is pooched up in there. If I have to extend them, I will. I'll cut the ends off, make sure none of them are plugged up, and because I don't want it down underneath the ground. Look where this one is. See, that one is way down there. It's working, but I'm gonna dig this out, extend that up so I get it up above the rocks. You know what I mean? And I even see all of these were on the same bubbler system, and it's spraying out. See, that one needs to be redone, because it shouldn't really be spraying like that, but I know it's working. And I even cut the end off of here. I always do that. I cut the end off in case one of your bubblers that you're checking is clogged, and the water was just streaming out of there. Okay, so I think it's mission accomplished for that. But yeah, I still got 3 or 4 hours to dig and get rid of that root. I'm gonna cut that root way back, and I'll show you this front area here. See, I don't even, there's no reason for me to cut the grass any further this way. I know there's a T here somewhere, but coming up to there. But I cut this in. That's how a 2-gallon dripper should be dripping. This is how a 1-gallon dripper should be dripping. See, and these have not hardly gotten any water for years. This was a new one that I put on, and see how it's spraying out at the end. Something has gotten into the line, and it's not dripping properly. So I'll take that out, put another one, try to clean that out, and check it again. And if anything, see, it's kind of short. I'll just have to double check that. Yeah, I know there's a dripper in there because it's dripping, and I'll check all this stuff before I call it good. In fact, see that right there? See how it's running like that? Good grief! That tells me there's a leak. Yeah. Okay. There was a 1/4-inch tubing that went off of there. I can feel it, and it probably got cut off as I was digging through there, and I think it's just off that same hole. So I'll be able to put a new coupling in there and an extension. See, I mean, my work is not done by any means, but see, once I fix that will give me that much more. That'll give me that much more water pressure to the entire system. I'm thanking my lucky stars that everything is working, and yeah, these were always working from before, and I'm going to change those because I don't like coming off with 2 bubblers off of a 1/4-inch line. Okay, so I'll be changing all kinds of stuff still, and yeah, Yeah, these, see? This is how these were dripping before those other ones were working. Okay, now I got them fixed, but my work is not even close to being done. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos, and I hope this is giving you some ideas for things you can do around your yard, around your drip irrigation. I'm not calling up a sprinkler company or a landscape company to do this. They would have to do the same thing I'm doing, right? And if you've got the time and the patience and you show a little effort, you can save your hard-earned money just like Joe.